Welcome to biologyexamsforyou.com. Today the topic of our discussion is what is an ecosystem. In this presentation we will be discussing about what is an ecosystem, different types of ecosystem, components of ecosystem and examples of ecosystem. First of all, starting with the term ecosystem. The term was coined by A.G. Tansley, a British ecologist. The term eco means the sphere or the region where organisms live, and system is a result of interaction between many components. Now moving to the definition. Let's take an example to make out the definition. This is a pond ecosystem. Let us list out the living beings in the system. There is algae, water plants, turtles, pond snail, freshwater mussel, etc. And these constitute living beings in the system. And there are many physical factors also, like sunlight, temperature, water, dissolved oxygen, etc. All these living beings are interacting with each other directly or indirectly. And also these living beings are interacting with all these physical components or physical factors like sunlight, temperature, water, dissolved oxygen, etc. Therefore, ecosystem refers to the interactions of organisms with one another and with their environment in which they occur. What are the components of ecosystem? So this is a pond ecosystem. Biotic components or the living components of ecosystem include producers. They are the groups that can synthesize its own food by photosynthesis. Producers include algae and water plants. Next comes the consumers. Consumers can be divided into primary consumers that directly feed on the producers like protozoans, crustaceans, secondary consumers that feed on the primary consumers like frog, insects, and also tertiary consumer or the top carnivores that include fishes, snakes, etc. And the third group, the recycling of all these matter or dead decayed matters are recycled back to the system by decomposers. Decomposers feed on dead organic matter, convert it into simple molecules that can be taken up by the plants. It includes bacteria, fungi and all other microbes, and they are actually the recyclers of nutrients. Now the second component, that is the abiotic component or the non-living component of the ecosystem. That can be divided into inorganic components like carbon dioxide, water, nitrogen, sulfur, calcium, phosphorus, etc. All are nutrients that is essential for life. Second is organic components, and these nutrients are taken up by these groups and converted into biomolecules like protein, carbohydrate, lipid, etc. All are carbon containing compounds. And finally, the climatic factors like temperature, light, wind, soil, rainfall, etc. In the case of an aquatic ecosystem, water is one of the most important physical factor, where dissolved oxygen, salinity, etc. are important physical factors. Now moving into the different types of ecosystem. Ecosystem can be classified into natural, that include terrestrial ecosystem like grassland, forest, desert, tundra, taiga, tropical rainforest, prairies, savannas, etc. Natural ecosystem, there is also aquatic ecosystem that include marine oceans or freshwater ecosystems like lakes, river, ponds, etc. Then artificial or man-made ecosystem, classical example is aquarium and also crop field. Hope things are clear. Thank you so much for your support. You are with biologyexamsforyou.com.